Hello winners and welcome to this weekly Forex forecast for EURUSD, GBPUSD, Pound Yen, Gold, USDCAD, US oil, and today I'm going to give you two surprise pairs at the end. So which should it be? Well, let's watch until the end. This week we're going to go through interest targets and stop losses. We're going to go through risks, and we're going to go through what is happening in July. What is the market going to do? So stay tuned. Trading Forex is risky, not appropriate for everyone. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Whatever I just said now, you can lose a lot of money if you have invested a lot of money, and it can happen very fast. Okay? So you should have appropriate risk, you should have a good strategy, you should be trading on demo before you go live, and you definitely need to understand the risk, the opportunity, and what really Forex is all about, okay? You need to understand. You need to be the expert. This is top 1%. So it's not for someone who's just going to, okay, let's see how this goes. You need to really do your analysis, do your work, do your homework, and then you might succeed in that. Okay? My name is Ewinningstrategy, Forex trader, economist, mentor, and I don't know, I'm here on YouTube to help you becoming a better trader and potentially also a successful Forex trader if you put in the work. So that's all the disclaimers. This video is only for educational purposes and does not contain any investment advice. Apart from that, it's only my personal opinions. So let's start. For EURUSD this week, we went up, took profit, boom, oh me, and then went down again. Okay, good. We're all good. So what do you think is going to happen this week then, mate? Well, let me take away my pivot points because it's my pivot points. And pivot points, should I make a link in the description below maybe? I don't know. Maybe. Or you can go to my Discord channel and it should be there. Then I would say sell, buy. That's what I've said, I think, for a very long time here. I think I've said also sell up here. So anything between here and here, where are we now? We're in the middle, so nothing to do here. But why? We want to trade now. We want to trade now. We want to trade now. What can you give us? Well, I must tell you that trading Forex is risky, and I don't know what the future. So what can we do? We can make a plan. We can make a plan. The price goes up, stop. Okay, it stops. Then down again. Then we can plan that. Or if price goes down, stop. Price goes up again. So what I just told you is we make a plan saying if price is in this area, we're looking to sell. No, yeah. And then if it's here, we're looking to buy. Apart from that, nothing else. And then you can like say, but I want to sell now. Okay. Make a plan then. Based upon previous history. Based upon your enormous expertise. But I can't see a trade in here. I don't want to trade in this area. Okay? That's just how it is. How do I think it's going to be this week? Well, I need more extreme. I need it to go out to the more extreme sides. Then I can look into it. But right now, today, no. Naras problemas. Adios, amigos. In difference, for pound, we have a more extreme market. Extreme market in terms of what I mean by extreme. We're more like in this area instead of just being in the middle. Okay, so more to the opposite. So what does that mean, really, mate? I think we can definitely head lower. Where? I'm not so sure. But if you ask me, we can go down to, let's say, I would say, okay, so first target can be in this area here of 25.40. The other one can be this low here of 24.40. Okay, good. Then I've said that. I have said that price and that price. Okay, good. Apart from that, that's the sellers. But what do you want to see as a seller? Okay. Okay. that might be a good one. Where you don't have a new high. That's good. Price has come down. Price has come back up again. Doesn't make a new high. Price goes back down again. Sell that again. Okay, good. Sounds good. Stop loss above here. Can it go higher? Yes, it can. But what do you do then? If it goes higher, well, I must also say that if it does go higher, don't blame me, because it might be an uptrend. So, if you are a buyer, what are you going to do? You're going to buy, 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 buy. It says buy, buy, buy in your head, okay? If you say buy, buy, buy in your head, I would like for price to come back down to retest 25.30. If it doesn't, there's a lot of if statements today. A lot of if plans. If it makes a new high, you can come it back to 26.50 and take it back up again. Okay? So this price and this price. That's what I would look into. And apart from this week, then, do we look into a lot of volatility? No, we don't. July is kind of doom. So what you have seen this week is price going higher and higher and higher, and then dook, back down again. Like, what happened? What happened? What? Why? Like, for example, EURUSD. Like, here you have a new high. Oh my! And then down again. Like, what? What happened? Okay, that's typical summer. That's why I don't trade. That's why I don't lose any money. That's why I don't want to be in such a market where there is lack of liquidity. What can we say? So, if you go to a marketplace, let's say we have a traditional marketplace where there's a lot of sellers of tomatoes and potatoes and flowers and beds and I don't know what else you can get in the market. Then there's a lot of people, like, it's like almost like ants. Like, there are people everywhere. So if you want the buyer, there's always a buyer. If you want the seller, there's always a seller. Okay. But now in the summer, there is maybe 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 buyers and sellers, and they're quite far away from each other. And like the seller, like the buyer, doesn't want to buy at such a high price as the seller wants it, so they're quite far away. So the market needs to travel further to get an agreement. That was happened on, I don't know, directly on EURUSD, but that's how I want to play it. For example, like, we have buyers coming up and up and up and up and up, and then all of a sudden down, they took profit maybe. And if, like, to find a new buyer, they need to travel quite far. That's quite, I would say, normal for these market conditions. It's thin. All of a sudden it falls. So you need to understand that. Okay. Apart from that, what's the target on pound? I think you can have targets up to this high. Let's make that smaller. There, it's around 128, and then target for sellers. Didn't I say that to you? Down to 25.30 or 24.50. Good. Awesome. So, if you're here today, right now, okay, we're here. We are now here. Do you think I should have a t-shirt? Do you think I should wear a shirt for these videos? Comments below, and if I pick your comment, there might be a reward. Okay? So, question is, do you like me to wear t-shirt? Or do you want me to wear a shirt? Like I normally do. Okay? Comments below. Have you there. Then we have gold. What is gold going to do now this week, Emma? You are asking me, lovely people. I think it's going to go higher. Why do you think I'm going to go higher? Well, based upon my fundamental analysis and all that, because we're in an uptrend, we're going higher. We haven't made a new low. That is a lower low. So I'm still going higher. And also, I think that gold is going to go up for the next 2 years, or until we hit 2% inflation in America, basically. Okay, that's just a normal, what do you call it? Explanation for me, and how I would say I'm going to buy it. And if it does this, I will be waiting for it to go up again. And if it just continues higher, I'm like, amazing. Okay, good. Let's go into entries and target here. Entry. Boom. I think I'm going to look into this area around 1790. And I think let's do the pivot points just for a second. Yeah, 1840 sounds like a good deal. But I said 1820 for this week, and we hit it. 1818. And somebody said that I lied to them, and I'm really sorry for not being honest and not being right, and I was wrong. I really apologize for missing it by $2. Sorry that you lost. But I was right. Boom, again. So 1840 is the new target, I would say. 1840-ish. Yeah. So we're just going higher. Just making new targets. Going higher, going higher, going higher. Every day. Awesome. What else? And then where did you take profit? Really? Surely. Not until 2%, so that may be for a year from now. Then you might have holding costs. Okay, take profit at some point between now and January then. Cheers. And I will switch my Coke. Apple juice is today giving me some sugar. So should I get a sponsorship from an apple juice company? Maybe not. Here we have a new low in this uptrend that can spike more downside. Okay. So what we're looking for here, we're looking for sells, and then we're looking into 1 hour and say, okie dokie. If it stays below 135.50, where are you going to sell it? Where do we sell it, mate? Sounds like a good deal down to 33.60. And I did that without the pivot points. I could just do the same thing here. And I said, that price. 133.70. Okay. What's your profits? And then what's your stop loss? Stop loss above here. That was easy. What is the risk? It can just continue higher. Okay, sorry. That's why you have stop losses. Do you maybe want to have a kind of a high up until this area? Yeah, you might want to look into that. So this might not be the best price. It might be a bit higher. But 133, 135.50 might be the price you wanted to beat the below, and then up down to here, and then you're good. If you're a buyer. I'm going to do the buyers as well. Buyers, buyers, buyers. So I think it's going to go lower. Then buyers. Where are you going? What are you going to do? Well, you're really not liking this move. But you're like, okay, this is just last chance for the market to go up again. So you're like, hey, as long as it stays above this one, you're like. But I think, generally speaking, that you want a new high. That's really like red alert for everyone who's buying. I wouldn't be like, amazing, look at a new low. No, I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't look for that. So I would maybe want a new high before buying. Target can be up to 137. 137. So that was 137. Yes. Okay, 137, 200 then. So purely, I don't need the indicators. I just did that. Amazing. Okay. Let's continue. I said euro. I said pound. I said gold. I said pound yen. Stop loss is if you're buying in this area down here. If you're buying up here, then down here ish. So 50, 100 pips, generally speaking. Not more than 1% per trade. Remember that. So what is going on here, mates? This is different. That was bad. Poorly. We have a range in the middle of nowhere. It's like we're in the forest, in the middle of nowhere, it's dark, and nobody's coming to rescue, so nothing here to see, nothing here to do. I would still want it to be around more this area or more this area before I'm even wondering what I'm going to do here. Okay, so you can see the prices here. You can zoom in and see, okay, below that line and below that line and above that line. That we will look into it. But apart from that, you can be in my Discord for free. And you can ask me, hey, is it now? Every day until it is. But I would like you to say, here's my trade plan, here's what I would like to do. That would be amazing. And I can help you with that for free in the Discord, in the description, and in my comment below. Amazing. So where do you think it's going to go? I have no clue at the moment, but I'm generally speaking tilted to the downside overall for the next couple of months. So am I waiting for a breakout? I don't know, maybe. But generally speaking, nothing to do here. This week at least. US oil. People ask me, what is happening to oil? Like, why is it falling? Why it's falling? What's falling? What's it falling, bro? Well, I can tell you that since price has gone up and up and up and up, it has hit a resistance at 42. Critical resistance at 42. You might ask why? Because this is important technically. 42, when we had the drop down here and we were free falling, when they didn't make a decision and the demand fell and supply just went through the roof and all those shenanigans. So we are at a place of, I don't know if equilibrium is the word, where we have equal sides, but we have a market where it's like, I don't know where we're going. It can go down, it can go up. Do you feel like you're a buyer, you can just push it higher and higher? That's you. But you also need to understand that we have an increase in coronavirus cases this week. I don't know, was it like the top? Like, there was a new top or something. Like, first of all, the right wing of the Venezuela president has coronavirus. The president or prime minister of Bolivia has coronavirus. And coronavirus. So Bolivia and then Brazil's president has coronavirus. So top officials. So Latin America is really on top, rising in cases, and that's not really good because that means it can still come back to Europe and still have a third wave or whatever. That's kind of what is going back in the head. Is it coming back again when winter kicks in again? So that can actually be played out now, but is that the drop? Nope. It's just lack of liquidity. It's summer, so don't force trades. That's all. What do we have now? We have kind of a range, but still tilted to the upside. And this breakout, whenever that happens, might be violent. Whenever it happens. But do you think it's going to happen now? No. Do I think it's going to be violent? No. But I think this is really setting up a really rock solid support in the future. So whenever it breaks, it breaks. Okay. Positive. What's the trade for next week on US oil? You can't sell it. So you kind of want to like buy dips, I guess. And then hope it breaks. And then take the pullback when it breaks. I don't know. This one is a bit difficult for me. I know how it looks like technically, like, hey, this is an up move, and this is a wedge or pennant or whatever you guys call it. But for me, it's more fundamental reasons behind, and also seasonal. We are in July. We're not like in a season where there's a lot of traders, a lot of things happening. We're in a slow market, so it might just go sideways. Because this patterns develops. It starts off like that, and then you just do that continually. Doesn't owe you anything. For the surprise pairs that I'm going to right now, the surprise pair today is USD Yen and USD. Where are you? USD Swissy. People has been asking about that. Oh, interesting. Okay, all right. Hold your horses. So let's do this. So what are we doing right now? We're still heading lower. Amazingly interestingly, we're still holding, but we seem to be pushing lower. So any break above this high and it goes bullish again. But as it still does continue lower, you're still allowed to sell. What's your target? Target for this wedges down is actually a breakout. So that would be down to 93. 93.20, I think. Okay? But then if it doesn't break out, if it holds, we go back at least up to 94.70. So how would I play that one out as a bonus to you guys? Double bottom, higher high, higher low, needs to hold that. That one needs to hold for it to continuing. New high of that high, challenging this high. So coming back up to this high, I will take that pull back up to 94.8. That's how easy it is. Stop loss above here, below here. As a buyer. As a seller, I would sell here, 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 wait here. But I would still be break even, break even, break even, break even. Not in break even, not selling. So I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trades. 5 trades in this play if I was trading USDCAD, as I don't. And I would have 1 open here. No, 1 open here. Sorry. Okay. Good. Good. As a seller, yeah, you should have stacked that one up. And you shouldn't really wait. You should actually wait for a new pullback. Should you sell up here? I guess you can, but it's kind of vulnerable to the bullish move. But yeah. Apart from that, continuation of mission downwards. USD, where's the stop loss? Selling. If you sell in here, sell above. Stop loss above here. That's how easy it was today. Or wait, stop loss above here. I was into that. Okay. If you're selling in this area, stop loss should be above here. Okay. If you're buying, you have to be above here. So if it does this, your stop loss is below here. That's how easy it was. Target and target. USD yen is currently going downwards. Okay. Then what do you want to do then? We want to have it back up to 0.720. I think it is today. 0.713 as aggressive, and then 107.35 as more laid back if it comes up there. Take it down to 106.20. That's all. That's what I see in 1 hour. Yeah, okay, that's a range. Ouch. Okay. That's the difference between seeing the bigger picture and the small picture. And what are you doing here as a buyer? You're buying it. So who is going to win? I don't know. We shall see. But in this range and in this extreme market where it's down here, that's where you would buy it. Let me get into it more technically. Is that a reversal potentially? Yeah. So if this is okay, so let's see the difference here. Here, you're selling as a seller up here at 109.13, and as a buyer, you're buying down at 106.85, and we shall see who wins. Okay. Oh, nothing else than that. Okay. Stop loss is above here as a seller, below here as a buyer. Thank you guys for being here today. Thank you guys for being on my channel, and I hope that you share with everyone that really needs this knowledge. It's all for free for you. Though, I want you to help. I want to help you. So in the description below, there's a link to the Discord channel, which is my channel, where you can talk to me every day, and I can try to help you out. Okay? Sounds an amazing deal, having to talk to a trader that can help you with your trades. Something I myself never had. That's why I'm going to give it to you. So I see you on Discord, and stay safe. Don't risk money you cannot afford to lose. And remember, t-shirt or shirt, description below might be a reward for somebody. Okay. See you next time.